work quietly and follow along. At any point, click the pause button to catch up or take a break. Hello friends! Today we're going to be doing something called bead weaving, and you're going to end up with this amazing, adorable baby gecko keychain. Back when I was your age, me and my brother made these all the time one year. We had like at least 20 of them, and you can give them away to friends too and family. Now, this art project in particular is going to be working that brain of yours, so to be sure to be paying attention and following along. To help, I'll be having a guide on the side that I'll be color coding so you can have more of a visual of what we're exactly building. When we build our baby gecko, I'm using a shoelace just because it's really nice to get those pony beads back and forth. And we're going to be working from the tail up. For this project, you need 33-inch at least shoelace or yarn and 19 pony beads of one color and 19 pony beads of another. So we have color 1, color 2. I'm using orange and green, and I also will be indicating on our guide using these highlighters. Awesome. So to begin, take your shoelace and fold it in half, lining up one end and on the other. Okay. Now I'm going to warn you guys and girls, getting started is the hardest part. Once you get over that, you're smooth sailing. It's hard because we want to get our first bead centered. Okay. On our chart, I'm going to be indicating my light color as green. So I'm going to just start as green. Remember, you can use any colors you want. There we go. So we're starting with bead 1. This is what you do. Take one bead, put it through the shoelace, and have it so it's in the center right here. Okay. Awesome. Let's go on to bead 2, and now we're going to be changing color. This is more of the body. That tip of the tail was the detail of our baby gecko. We're going to go into orange. Okay. These lines on the guide show our shoelace being, looped through, and you'll see how this pattern works. Okay. So I'm going to take one bead. Do your very best to keep your bead right there, boys and girls. Okay. On one side, put the orange bead through, or your color 2. You don't need them touching. Keep your green bead in place as best as you can. Now you're going to take the other end of your shoelace, and here's what you're going to do. Bring it so it's right above the green one, and to lock that in place, sort of say, we need this shoelace going in the bead the other direction, kind of the opposite. So where this shoelace came out, that's where this one's going to go in. You can watch this. I'm going to just kind of shove it in there. And with the shoelaces, it's a little tight, so do the best you can. I'm going to pull it through. Shoelace might twist a little too, not a big deal. And then you'll notice when I'm pulling this side, it tightens the left side. When I pull the left, long shoelace, it tightens the right. You're going to tighten them so your ends are pretty close, okay, to the same length. Great, we have 2 beads, and you can see how our shoelace is holding our beads in place, and we're using the beads as a way to interlock and weave through. Let's continue on. Let's go to the 3rd bead, which is going to be orange. And I'm going to tell you guys, it gets easy because you're doing the same thing as we just did the bead before. Okay, so take one side of the shoelace, doesn't matter, I'm working on the right because I'm right-handed. Take your first color, I'm doing orange, loop it through all the way so they kind of line up one above each other. Take the other shoelace, in this case the left, put it through. See how it kind of locks in? And obviously I need to pull the one on the right, this one, a little more so that way it's not as loose. And then I can kind of pull them both. It doesn't always work best for me to pull them both at the same time, just because one's more tighter or looser than the other. There we go. We did it. Great job so far. Now what we're going to do is, just a side note too, you don't want to like yank them and pull them super tight. Just a little cushion, little loose is fine, but just kind of snug is what we're going for. All right, next challenge, boys and girls, I know you can do it. we're going to be doing 2 beads now for this row. And again, they are orange. In this case, mine are orange. Okay, now this is how you do it. You're going to put 2 beads on one side. It's not too hard, I promise. Okay, 2 beads. You can bring them down a little bit, line them up, and then take your other side, and instead of going through one, you're going to go through both. Now, if your shoelace gets a little stuck, not a big deal. I just kind of pull this one back because it kind of grips it. There we go. And do you see how I kind of lock those beads in? And all I gotta do now is just tighten them up. So we went through the beads both directions, kind of loops them in. Awesome. Now the more beads you have on a row, you just be aware that they are laying the way you want them to, nice and flat and across. Woohoo! You're doing good, guys and girls. Now we're gonna bump it up and we're gonna be making the right leg of our gecko. For this leg, we need 1 orange bead and 3 green beads that are gonna act as like the cute little toes of our gecko. The toes, honestly, are Miss Dykeman's favorite part, and they're super fun to make. All right, so here we go. We're following this line right here. Here's where our bead kind of came out. Now we need to add an orange bead, and what we're gonna do, boys and girls, we're gonna add all 4 beads on and then loop back through the orange bead. Here's how you do it. So begin by stringing orange and 3 green all at once. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now this time you can bring them pretty close to what we'd call the tail of the gecko. Take the end of your right shoelace, skip over 3 beads, and go back through the orange bead like this. Pull through. Make sure your shoelace doesn't have any twists in it. And then what you're going to do is make sure the orange bead is snug to the tail. So you might have to give a little nudge. And then you can use it to pull the shoelace through. And remember, the last step is always shape your beads the way you want. So I'm going to always kind of shape my little gecko's feet in the shape of a triangle. Pretty cool. That is one leg on the right side of our gecko. We don't need to work on that side anymore, so I'm just going to kind of put that one to the side, so to say. Let's go to the left side. We're only working on the left shoelace. Same thing, guys. You can do it. You're going to be a pro at the legs because we're doing 4 of them. Again, we need 1 orange bead first. We always work in, out. And then 3 green beads. And you can see on the guide, that's where we're at. Let's do it. All right. 1 orange bead. In my case, it's orange. And 3 green. Awesome. Let's see if you remember what to do. Skip over 3 green, insert back directly through the orange. Pull through. Now I want to pull my orange bead over closer to my tail, so I'm just going to simply kind of weed my way over. I'm pulling this yarn or this thread here. It's very logical, guys and girls. You have to kind of think about what do I have to do to make the material do what I want. I have to maneuver it a certain way. I have to tug certain threads, okay? And once you understand that, you're golden. All right, I always like to kind of straighten it out for the purpose of the video and for your learning. Once you become a pro at these, you'll be able to see right what you got to do. All right, we're ready for a new challenge. We're going to change it up in this one. We're going to be doing a new pattern and 3 beads in a line, which you've already done 4, not a big deal. 2 orange and 1 green. We're going to be making the body of our baby gecko and also adding some details and stripe. We're starting in the process. Let's do it. Here's what you got to do. I'm starting with my right side. The pattern is red, green, and orange. And now we got to bring it back with the left. So now I go back through. I like to do 1 bead at a time. I mean, if you're a pro, maybe do more than one, but I like to just do one. Takes it nice and easy. All right. Okay, don't panic, don't panic. Look, I just gotta pull this through to kind of loosen and tighten things up. There we go. There. That is the start of my gecko's tummy. Look at that. Not too bad. Guess what? Same thing again. I'm telling you, you're gonna be such pros, guys and girls. Here we go. All right, 2 orange and a green in the pattern of orange, green, orange. And you can keep doing it the same exact way. Not a big deal. What I mean by way is you can use the right side first versus the left. Whatever works for your brain. Okay, here we go. Now I'm coming back. Tightening up both my sides. There we go. And just making sure, remember, keep it a little snug. You don't want it so tight that like your gecko is totally like curling. Little curls, okay. All right, same thing. I know you're probably like, oh my gosh, Miss Dykman, just stop. Orange, green, orange. We're finishing up the mini gecko's body at this point. And again, I'm starting on the right side. It's just the way my brain does it. And here we go back. And there we go. Kind of straighten that out. Oh, he's looking so cute. Love these. Okay, you guys ready? We're gonna do the leg, front right. Here we go. Red, just like as we did back over here. And then 3 green, like little toes, I guess we can call them. Remember, those are Miss Dykman's favorite part. Awesome. And we're only working on the right strand. Easy peasy. So, orange and 3 green. 1, 2, 3. Shoelaces are great because they're easy to get the beads through. All right, there's my 3 beads. Remember, I'm gonna go around, skip my 3 green, go back through the orange. Now with bead weaving, just like any kind of weaving, we're making rows and we're going up and down, back and forth. Kind of push that leg over and pull all those toes in so it's nice and tight. Cute, cute. Okay, to the left, to the left. Here we go now. Got my orange, my green toes. Hopefully this chart is helping you guys a little bit just to kind of see what's up ahead and what we have accomplished compared to our piece. Should always match up. All right, orange first and then 3 green. 1, 2, and 3. Back through the orange. It's red. I'm speeding it up now a little bit because this is our 4th leg. You guys are definitely probably champions at the legs by now. If not, that is okay. Here we go, pulling it through. The exciting part is when we actually finish it and you get to have an art piece to take with you. So, all right, we're going to the neck, and the neck is 2 orange pieces. And it's very similar, guys, to what we did at the bottom, right when we started to widen out our tail. Same exact thing. We're just doing 2 orange pieces. Again, I'm stringing it on the right. You don't have to. And then we're going to go back through the way we came out with our left. There we go. All right, here's the part where you're probably going to go, oh, I get it. Because we're making the eyes. I know, one of Miss Dykman's horrible puns. This pattern is going to go green, orange, green. Again, my green color for this gecko is my details, and that includes the eyes. And we have an orange bead in the center to separate the eyes. So on my right side, I'm going to start with green. That would be on the right because it's closest to the right. And then orange and then green. Awesome. Now I'm going to go back through with my left. Pretty much same thing as the body, just different pattern. You guys knew that. Telling you, it gets easier the farther along you get. And we're almost done. We just have a little bit of our nose of our gecko. And the next row, similar to the one, not the last row, but the one before, where we did 2 beads and they were orange. Here we go. And do your best to kind of center those beads on his face. And I have an extra bead. I overcounted, but that's okay. You need one last green bead, or you could do orange, whatever you wanted. I usually like to do this one orange, but the pattern calls for green. I actually am going to change it to orange. To me, I just don't really, as an artist, I don't care for that detail. You can change it up. So here we go. Doesn't matter. I was just following the pattern, but as the artist, you get to make your own choices. I just like how this one makes it look more like a nose. There you go. All right, and then the last step, boys and girls, before we can say this is completed, is that, here we go, I'm gonna color that in so we can see it. And I'll do it both colors because you might have followed the directions a little better than me. All right, just to make sure our beads don't ever move and everything's staying in place, I like to take my 2 ends and tie it like this, like a knot. 1, but 2 times just to secure. And then these ends of your shoelace you can tie through your zipper of your backpack or onto something, or maybe your pencil case, and then you have just did bead weaving. So pretty amazing. Great job. Super proud, and enjoy your artwork. Thanks for creating with me today.